What's going on, brothers? Welcome to the Black Men's Congregation, the congregation where it's all about men and what men want to see, what we need to hear, and what we need to be about. I'm one of your hosts, BMT of Black Male Talk and Black Male Talk Media, alongside with my partner, Man of Tomorrow, building the men of tomorrow that are needed to be the better men of tomorrow. We are here today to actually talk about some stuff that you, as the man, as the fellow black man, needs to be on. Let's just say you need to be on a code of conduct about. You need to be on point about. What is that? They voided the contract. Topic hosted by Man of Tomorrow. Information given by Man of Tomorrow. BMT co-hosting alongside. Man of Tomorrow, take it away.
All right. Good morning, brothers. We have to talk about this specific topic conversation because I have not heard it being talked about anywhere else. They waited to contract, man. This whole black togetherness and black community and all that kind of stuff, they voided the contract. Now, they didn't void the contract with nothing but their actions. That's how they voided the contract. And to expect you to forgive everything that you've seen in your life by the same people who voided the contract, you give them another shot, they're just going to show you how they never changed. Right? So what you have to do is you have to now protect yourself with a merit-based system. A merit-based system. Yeah. No act feminine, no dealing with you. Period. You don't know your place around here, no dealing with you. Period. Are you gonna go through a whole bunch of time not finding what you want? Sure. But what you're not gonna do, you need to protect yourself from getting in those environments. All these other dudes, they gonna do nothing but just laugh at you. But you try to sign on that contract. This person knows they voided in the first place. Because we as black men, we don't stand together on anything. And we pretty much based our manhood based off of how much we can let a chick get away with as long as her presence is among you. We require nothing out of this person. And the circumstances are pretty much set up where she could just roll out and just benefit. But we need to be better and making sure that we're not signing up for this stuff in the first place for temporary sex. Temporary sex is always a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. It's always been a bad deal, and no other race of people on the planet is doing this but black men. And as you can see, the baby boomers, some of them, are so far behind that the millennials have lapped them. Based on trying to get people to sign up on a contract that they're not worth. They voided the contract, man. And the moment you try to put this person around you to make them sign a contract you know they cannot uphold with their current circumstances, you're going to continuously lose. As bad as you may feel or think you're feeling about this particular topic, if they didn't want this thing to be this way, then they clearly would have showed other means of actually handling things. Because what we have right now and the emails I'm receiving from these guys out there who predictably fall into these predictable traps, trying to make people, quote unquote, act right. Listen, if you have a track record of not behaving yourself, being presented with the perfect situation is not going to make you behave yourself, because that mask is going to come off at some point, and the wheels are going to come off the car at some point, as long as you don't tighten the lug nuts down. But you need to make sure that these people don't come back to your house with scant possibilities of making sure things work. This has nothing to do with you. This is their fault and their problem, and it's nothing that you're going to fix. If the pro-black promise, then the pro-black shall deliver. Don't you deliver. If they wasn't there from the first beginning, or you was getting all this stuff together, I'd be damned if they're gonna come around here once it's already built. That's all I got on it, man.
I think that one of the things that we need to be on code about when it comes to the voided contract. See, right now we're in a time period where it's to put up or shut up. Everybody's seeking proper representation. If y'all honestly want to be real with yourself, everybody's seeking representation. Everybody's out here trying to get it. We're now seeing it where the contracts that such and such people promise you with women, and, having a certain type of swagger and the way you carry yourself and certain access to certain things, they're coming up short. Like that daddy that said he gonna get cigarettes and never come back, or that mama that said that she's gonna pick you up from the football game, but she out there with somebody else. So now your ass has to understand that all I got, and that's fine. You see, right now, black men, what you need to be start doing is you need to start getting your shit together, because these types of people are gonna keep knocking at your door. I had an interesting conversation, with O'Shea in a panel, and I broke down that as these men started to climb and go through the threshold of building themselves, they soon begin to learn that, the woman that I think I wanted, or I think I wanted to obtain, wasn't for me. You see, my hindsight view of what I think I should have is not what I really think I need to have. See, it's only off of what society is telling me that I should grab onto. And see, that's the problem, because you keep going by this type of mentality of society, and it keeps making you come up short. Yesterday, I watched on the Instagram feed a bunch of women holding up a baby and twerking on the baby's face. Baby could only be about 3 months old, and they twerking on it. And as I watched this spectacle of hyenas, and I'm like, you really want me to build with these savages? I wouldn't trust them with a campfire. You want me to try to save this? I see. You got to understand, at some point, these contracts are getting voided out. Now you're seeing it where they're calling out the coaches of life that y'all put on these pedestals. Why? Because now, as you look at it, different ethnic groups are passing you by because you've been getting coached by the wrong coach. Not the builder's coach. Not the maintaining type of coach. See, there's different types of coaches that you need to build a prize fighter. You didn't get the coach that taught you how to do the proper regimen. Hell, you didn't get the coach that was teaching you the technique. You got the coach that literally just handles filling up the Gatorade and the plastic cup, and you got him training you for a fight. So now, as you're getting into these situations, you're like, what the hell? And you see, when you look back at your corner, they're not there. Why? Because they never wanted you to fix your stuff up. And sure enough, we're seeing these things get dismantled. We're watching these idiocracy of talking points fall short. I mean, just look at the talking points. Look at the way how they carry. So see, you can tell a lot about a contract by the way the person presents the contract to you. And as you start to read the fine print. Sometimes, see, some people get mad when they say, show me your work. Wait, why won't you just sign the dotted line? Why won't you just commit to what we're doing? Why should see whenever they try to rush you, and MOT will tell you, when they're trying to rush you to sign a contract, that's when you need to be concerned. Because they want your accountability. They want your obligation. They want to see you fail because in all you are just a quota number. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but see, you're nothing more than a quota number. Whether you pass or fail, so long as they got your number, so long as they got your time, your resources, that's all that matters. It means nothing for a brother like me or him to be shot or dead, locked up, incarcerated. Why? Because they'll try to get another person to fill in that position. Y'all joining a team that has 0 against 100. And don't you get tired of taking those L's? Black men, there should be things that we should be doing right now. Like right now, they're trying to talk about new contracts. We're looking at minimum wage and different other things are getting changed and pushed up. And see, the lower mindset is probably up there praising. Yeah, I'm going to get paid $15 to flip a burger that you take out, literally reheat, and literally put on a bun. And I said, listen, man, you do know things are going to get a lot more. The pace is going to pick up. If you're getting paid $15, that means I don't need that many of y'all. Which means that I need to become more dependent on a MOT and a BMT, a Mr. Research. I got to find somebody who can build and put me on. See, MOT, they don't get that. They don't understand that when it comes to, they're looking for somebody who can put them on. That's what's going to start happening now. That's where the cohesion of who can put me on. You see, best believe that I'm going to put y'all behind to work like a slave master. I'm going to make sure I hold your feet to the fire. Like I said, I didn't even talk about minimum wage, man. I didn't even get on that yet. But we dang sure gonna have that talk. Y'all waited too long. Now it's almost in the wintertime, man. We got a political election coming up. I got a question, black men. What type of representation did you want to be representing you for your contract? Because they already messed up theirs. They messed theirs up 40 to 60 years ago. They still having the same talking points and the same ideologies that already failed. But guess what? They're trying to sell you that dream. They're trying to sell you that bedroom bang, that cheap thrift suit, those talking points. And because they're trying to sell you that, you keep on smiling in their face and keep going back to them, waiting for a different outcome. How many times did man tomorrow say, stay away from those data coaches? Now look what's happening. Now look what floorboards are getting torn up. How many times did BMT say, yo, man, these guys out here, man, their stuff, they ain't making sense, man. Oh, y'all, you just sounding jealous. Okay, cool. Now when you go to them and ask about how to start up a business, how to talk about EIN, how to talk about proper representation, how to talk about politics, they go quiet. First thing that they say is the white man and racism. Ain't no white man with no shotgun keeping you out of no goddamn building to go fill out a form to go get property. Ain't no white man keeping you from going up there and filling out the proper registry forms to doggone go for contracts. That's why, if you look at it now, you wonder why these gas stations come up for sale, but now I don't see no black owners. Y'all worried about listening to the feministic ideology talking points of bean pie Negroes. Y'all think that everybody got to be your friend. Y'all think that because a man say something to you that hurts your feelings and get you mad and wet. But then you want the same type of power and influence that men that are doing things, you want that same talking point. And if you can't handle it on a lower level, how you gonna handle it when you get up here? You think I don't know those white men when I sit at those bidding offices? You think they want to see my black behind inside of there? You think they want to see MOT sitting up there when they're bidding for land sites? You think they like seeing a black man in a state office walking around there, asking questions, writing stuff down and putting it in his pocket? But you think we care? Nope. I'm not there to be your friend. I'm there to get what I got to get. We all for your brothers for traveling. But I would be more happy if I heard y'all talking about traveling to places like China to go buy up, just for no woman, but go there to travel to go get resources. I'm hearing too much of y'all talking about pleasure, but not enough about business. And the men that talk about business, you don't want to hear them until it's too late. Oh man, I come on, man. I ain't want to hear all that, man. Let's talk about the hoes. But see, that's the thing about it. They like it when that's your talking point only. When your only talking point is about the hoes. Why? Because the hoes don't care, because guess what? They're not the product. You are. They're not the consumer base. You are. I don't think they get that, MOT. I don't think they know that they're the consumer base. That they're the product.
Yeah. They are feeding sharks your bloody body and telling you to swim down there.
they don't get that, man. They really don't get that. When y'all talk about these women, they literally are like putting on them aprons that you get at a doggone Olive Garden, and they're just like feeding time. Feeding time.
It's not good enough that the guy who's selling the shit did not best this woman himself. Now you gonna get your dumb, inexperienced ass to go out there and try to close on the same bitch that he couldn't fucking control. What kind of dumb ass shit is
that? It's like they're trying to get you to buy the same car with no engine that they bought for full price. That's already been in 3 car accidents. 3 car accidents, been flooded out, and got insects and roaches all in that damn thing, but you paying full price and trying to drive.
Don't worry, Joe. Don't worry, Joe. If you have enough game, it don't matter what the car's condition is. It'll automatically be better. It automatically be better.
Exactly. They done seen y'all. Listen, man. They done seen y'all savagery at doggone. They done seen y'all at doggone Disney World. Mm-hmm. Y'all can't lie to people now. At the most happiest place in the world, they done seen the Ratchet show up. Disney World's like, we can't pay for this kind of acting. We can't pay for this. They're like, yep, what else movies can we get them in? If they act like this, But just Little Mermaid, damn. Shoot, give them a. That's why they put y'all in action movies. After watching all that stuff, I'll put you in an action movie myself. After watching that, I will put y'all in a Netflix special. You gotta understand, man. They done y'all these contracts that y'all be appeasing. I tried to tell y'all yesterday when a man said, "How is it a woman can give you peace?" I said, "A woman can't give you peace. You're a man. Why would you need that woman to give you peace? You can't give me something that I already have because why? But I put myself in that position." You think MOT needs a woman to give him peace? No. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but a woman is no more than a resource to us. That's it. Y'all don't like hearing that. When I said that on the panel got quiet. They didn't know how to take when I said it like that. But see, you go to another, you leave outside of the U.S. See, that's the thing about it. That's why there's a reason why feminism ain't in some of these countries like Africa. There's a reason why feminism ain't that big in some of these European countries or in China. Because that man would say, "What the hell are you talking about? Why is my property talking back to me?" Come here. I'm about to show you where that movement about to get you. Let me show you how fast my hand can move. See, that's the thing about it. That woman to me is just a resource. I go to work, you maintain my house. I bring the money for the bills, you make sure that mail come in the mail saying that bill is paid. See, a lot of men, and a lot of these women can't handle a man like MOT coming home and saying, is that light bill paid like I paid it? Wait, do you want me to? No, I already got it on auto pay. I ain't actually doing nothing. I just told you to just go to the mailbox and make sure it's paid. That's all you do. You just look. All you do is checking the gauge for me. But see, he's maintaining his own peace. No matter what type of woman that me and my brother choose, they can't interrupt our peace instinctively. Why? Because we built it. How do you interrupt the engineer in the engineer's design if you ain't the one that designed it? See, y'all don't get some of these people don't understand that level of power because you was never in that position. You were never in that position. Y'all get chose by that woman. We choose the woman. That's what we do here in the congregation. And if we don't like the choice that we made, put our ass back on the shelf like a goddamn like Woody or Buzz. I don't want to play with you today.
That's the deal, Joe. Hey, sometimes great value can create good products, and sometimes they can't.
I mean, sometimes you see, a lot of them don't know how to handle when a man say like that. See, I might have to do a doggone talk, do the Toy Story talk for some people on just why y'all need to understand that you could easily put her right back on the shelf and choose another toy.
For real. I mean, everybody's got varying levels and strands of DNA. That means that those people got tired of what was there and what was available, so they just went somewhere else. It's never a producer's job to conform to a non-producing person. I don't know who told these people that somehow the non-producer gets to make all the choices. What the hell is that? Okay, you don't produce shit, but you about to make all the choices in this bitch. And once it go wrong, you about to leave with half my shit. Well, how about I just don't fuck with you? How about that solution?
They're gonna be more Kevin Garnett's this year. They're gonna be more Kevin Garnett's this year.
Dude, I laugh my ass off, man. When these motherfuckers say that they can't find no dude or good dude, I just started laughing, man. I'm like, how? You had all the choices. You had all the options. You mean tell me that you still couldn't get away with what you wanted? I'm like, shit. If you give me all them options on one aisle, I'll walk away with a dinner plate. I'm not fucking waiting all day. But here's what they don't understand about the relationship consulting industry. They feel they want to have you close on the fact and idea of red pill paranoia and then sell you their book or CD or idea as that actually solves the problem. Now, if the inventory isn't behaving properly, it's your job as the person who chooses the inventory to go somewhere else. Okay, let's say that you have a carton of eggs. There's no way that you're going to take that 12-pack of eggs up to the register without opening the box first to inspect what you're buying. So when you take the carton of eggs to the cash register and you purchase it, just forgetting about opening the carton of the box, you do realize that that's still on you once you purchase that box of broken eggs. It doesn't matter your approach to it. If the eggs are already broken, the only thing you could possibly do is ignore due diligence when dealing with it. Again, this is still your responsibility. I don't like seeing it happen, but it's still their responsibility.
Yep. All you can do.
So when they try to get this person to act like they're going to close on that old contract of just taking people seriously just because they're black, dude, they're laughing in your face, man, and behind your back. Because at the end of the day, they voided that contract 40-some years ago. They voided that contract. And now they're at the point to where they need to contract better than anybody else. And that's not what you do. You don't give people a contract that they voided. If they voided the contract at that particular time, now we have to come up with a new contract. And the new contract is simply, we do things merit-based around here. This is the standard of woman that you will bring to the table if I'm going to deal with you. And if you don't reach the standard, then I'll pick somebody else. I'll pick another culture else. And I'm not going to let nobody tell me who haven't traveled anywhere that all women are the same all over the planet. That's not true. If that's the case, you could grow every single vegetable in every single possible state in the union. And we know that would be a ridiculous notion as well. Because what you're looking for out of a woman has to be culturally handed down to her. You cannot expect things that are not cultural to be cultural to a person. If a person has a culture of male usury, then that's their culture, man. You're not going to change that. But you can change whether or not you're going to give this person a chance within your household. Because these people are inanimate objects. They can't be harmful unless you bring them in. That's the problem that people don't understand about choice. You can choose to deal with this stuff or not. All you have to do is look around. Look around at the men who ain't chasing women. Why? Because that's such a low bar for that, because culturally speaking, they are handing down far more decent option than you have here. So don't let no pro-black, don't let no dating coach, and don't let no expired bird box tell you what you ought to do with your time. Because this is your time, not theirs. If they wanted the contract, they should have been more pro-black at 13 or 14, not at 35. Because if it wasn't handed down to them, how on earth are they supposed to get something that's not handed down to them? All I'm saying is with your choices, you got to choose better. That's the only way you're going to be able to protect yourself is with a merit-based system. Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid, because I guarantee you this. All those people who's getting that check knocked for a kid that they don't even see, ask that person how good the pussy was. Because I guarantee you it won't matter at that point. It won't matter. Mm-hmm. Those people are addicted and they stuck to these people. And the only way they can look like they don't have a problem is they feed your inexperienced ass to the same thing that they're into. And if you're not smart enough to realize that's the case, you will realize it. Once she's taking that money out of your damn check for a kid that you didn't want to have and that you never see. That's all I got, Joe. They voided the contract.
Well, like I said, we don't try to go in too hard because we save it for, like I said, if you want this kind of content, you can always come to Man of Tomorrow. You can always come to BMT, Black Male Talk. Of course, on Sundays, we come together. We collab our content. And the thing about it is, like I said, I had a message that was given to me I had a message that was brought to me about why do y'all not deal with or check the black women? First of all, none of the black women on our panel, if y'all been watching and keeping track, there has never been a black woman on our panel that has ever dismantled or like I don't think ever tried to rule over either one of us on this panel. They're very respectable of us. If anything, we have more people hit us up for business consulting. We have people from male and females that watch our channel. Majority of our analytics go towards the men. The women just know to sit down and actually we know how to gauge in our conversation. The thing about it that we want you to understand is that once you get to that solidified place in your life as a man, where you can speak and your motives don't change. I told y'all right now, man. 3,100 inmates just got out of incarceration. 3,100. And you're going to see for yourself, just where this leads down the pipeline. You're going to see for yourself. Will these men choose the same talking points? Or will some of them be awoke to the game that a lot of these men out here keep trying to play? I try to tell y'all, black men, y'all need to wake up. Stop worrying about this witch. Get your money together. If you need a woman to pay 50% of your bills, you are already at a negative deficit. You dealing with a woman should not be, well, my life should get easier with my bills. When I look at those talking points, I think you're stupid. I was doing and living the best of my life before I got a woman. And when I moved out and did my own thing, guess what? It continued. When I got back to a space where she finally understood that I am not going to change my way, she said, I accept you and I love you for who you are. And that's how it should be. But see, they stepped out of line when she listened to a woman, guess what? That was not in that position that she was in. Y'all listening to men that are not in a position that you are in. You're not. That's the thing. That's why MOT gets mad. You're listening to men that are not trying to do and make the same moves you're making. You're listening to men that literally, they're like in their 40s and 50s and 60s talking about stuff. They're not trying to talk to y'all about investing in property and get what I'm saying, how to do proper building and different stuff like that. They're not talking to y'all about traveling outside the country to go buy materials and how to actually go buy a truck and add a hitch to that in the trailer and go hit some cars up. See, they're not talking to y'all about how to make some money. I mean, but when you start doing that, guess what happens? The women will come. You didn't even have to spit game.
And you get access to better kinds.
Like, that's the thing about it. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, there's so many women that come across me in MOT's lap. But the thing about it is we're so busy with doing our jobs. Ain't no game we got to spit. Me going to the grocery store and buying 2 goddamn packs of goddamn Coronas, and a little child step right by me about to buy something. I buy them like, hey, put your stuff up there. Pack of gum and a sausage. The women behind her are looking at me like, oh wow, he swiped that card with no problem. I don't want them. In a position of authority where I could just easily just do that. MOT getting up, driving his truck, coming in and out whenever he pleases and living his life and living on his own means. Women are going to see that and gravitate to that. What can I do to be part of your team, Coach MOT? Because now they're on your terms. Now they got to make a contract with you, and that's the thing about. See, that's man. I'm gonna stop. It's going to be too long. It's something that we're going to say down the pipe. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, these games that they're telling y'all to play, they're telling y'all to play goddamn checkers, and you playing Shinji and Shijoku. They got y'all playing doggone spades, and we out here playing gin rummy. And the women know it, and that's why they're looking at you stupid. That's why Mati is telling you to put away that damn contract. You need to go start forming your own contract, but just not with this woman. Not with that type of woman that they keep sending you to.
They're not giving you access to better shit. They're giving you access to the worst shit in the worst fucking condition.
Yeah, like I said, somebody text me, BMT, with all these people's channels getting shut down, how come your and MOT's channel don't get attacked? You know why? Because they don't have nothing to attack us with. The most they could do is thumbs it down. But they can't dismantle our content. And even if they do were to try to do that, guess what? Google will look at our content and say, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing attacking. There's nothing that goes against the contract. That's why our content can't be stopped. That's why there's nothing that violates the content. See, that our content is so solid. Like, we mastered the craft because we're not stuck in a box. If we wanted to talk about ratchet stuff, we can do that. If we wanted to talk about business, we can do that on a flip of a dime. Technically and actually, we're supposed to be actually forming something down the pipeline where we're talking about making power moves. So we ask y'all to get your pen and paper. I'm gonna get with MOT, and we're literally going to do something special for brothers on scheduled time, where we're literally going to just be talking on how to just do business and how to make proper business moves, where you need to go, what you need to be on code about, what you need to do. And I can't wait till we start doing that. It ain't gonna be about women. It ain't gonna be about the lower hanging fruit. It's gonna be about things you need to be wise on and what you need to be studious to. We'll be pulling up real-time information. We'll be going over it. You can literally real-time access the questions, and you can call in. We will listen, and then we'll answer the question as we do it. It gets no better than that. Usually, for that type of stuff, you literally have to pay for that. But we're doing that for free because we believe that, you know what? We had an older man at one point stop and sit us down and say, hey, fix your shoes, fix your pants, unfuck yourself. So guess what? We're gonna try to do that. At least you won't be able to say BMT and MOT didn't say anything. You won't be able to say that. Once I say that, I can close my eyes and say, Lord, I told them, but they did not listen. You may commence with the smiting, dark side. You may commence with the smiting. So we're gonna go ahead and go. I know we got things coming on later on today. Usually we get pulled onto different panels. So shit. We don't know where we end up nowadays. Shit. Back then they didn't want us. Now they want us on panels and shit. I don't know what's going on with the world. Somebody needs some common sense or talking points to be dropped. I guess that's just the way the world is nowadays. If you have any commercials and you're a black business owner, or hell, you don't have to be a business owner. You just got to be a goddamn investor, or you got to just know somebody who has a business or anything. Let me or MOT know. Send us the link to their stuff or their product. Me and MOT will showcase it. On MOT, is it okay? Do you want to showcase it on your show too? It's up to you.
Yeah, sure, man. I don't really care. Sure, why not?
But I want us to start showing brothers who are actually out there doing stuff. Like a lot of the guys, I showed it on a geek Facebook page, that episode of you showing off the bike. That got so much comments. Dudes were trying to figure out about the bike, about the mileage. Could that be a marketable idea? Like literally, if that man today were to say he wanted to patent it and sell that idea, that man would make so much money. He'd make so much money. He would. A bicycle where if you don't want to pedal, you literally have a little motorbike. And it's street legal. So just think about that. So we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good day. This is the Black Men's Congregation. Stay on code. You have a good week. Peace.